All right, it looks like I'm live. I hope everybody's having. I'll wait to do this until there are some actual people in the room. That this is the envelope we were working on, and I finished it up. So let me tuck some of this out of the way and grab. I still haven't found my good pair of scissors. I'm sure that's around. We'll use these for the moment. And we should grab the paper trimmer, right? Because we're going to harvest a magazine, at least one tonight. Can you believe it's Monday? Oh, look, our lurker ran away. Every night. All right. So we're just going to dive right in. This is a nice thick cover. And I do want life extension because I want the letters. But then we might look at this as a source maybe for another envelope. Two probably actually. But let's just chop off the top. Because I do want the big old letters for ransom lettering. And then we'll see what we have left to work with. Okay. Yeah, we could cut that in two. So let's see where half is. It's that it's thick. It's what's attractive to me about it. Watching this later, I'm working on a series of envelopes to store some images in. And so I think maybe right about there. I have an idea for the ransom letters. This will just be an envelope for funsies. Okay. So let's try and get it about the same size. Yeah. Yeah. Let's try. I hope everybody had a great start to their week. You know how it goes. And that's roughly the same. Right, so I'll work on that later by myself. And we've got a good start on some what we're going to use it for is ransom letters. I like lowercase letters if I can get them. So we'll add that to the word pile over there. And we get a trash pile started, right? Let's see if we can't move this over just a little bit. I've got some glue and stuff over here that I just need to move over. So that maybe we can, there we go. That way, most of that will be on screen for you guys. Okay. You know, we like to get people for different things. Tiny people heads are kind of a thing for me. So we'll take some of this and see if we can't use it later on. So I've been watching that Nancy Drew show. It's much more racy and dark than I thought it would be. You know, I thought Nancy Drew would be kind of tame. But I'm liking it so far. They're at least out, you know, nominally out of high school. So there's that. Because I don't like to watch too many. Hey, it's a bunch of high school kids shows in a row. So we're just going to set these off to the side for right now. Ooh, the National Magnesium Crisis. I didn't know we were having a magnesium crisis. I think we want to get this guy's head, so we'll just like that since it's the only one, and maybe we want these people. I don't know. I'm feeling it, so we're gonna take it. And those I will trim up later because they're small. I don't want to have you sit here and watch me trim itsy bitsy teeny tiny things. Oh, look at that guy. That could be a thing. That guy. So we'll take these 2 strips of heads. Things you don't know that you're going to say in your life. I do have the envelope to show in a little bit. I finished the envelope today while I wonder if we can get some of these letters. We might not be able to get them all, but they are a good size. And they have a nice red background, so sweet. All right. So let's just be harvesting stuff. This is kind of an interesting magazine. This is from a haul that I got from an older person who was at least a little political, likes neuropathic healing, and I got AARP magazines, these, and a couple other things from them for a good price. All right, so we got our first strip of heads. Because why not, right? You never know when you might need them, but I particularly am liking this guy with his little beard and stuff. That guy. He could be a shady cult leader, right? He's probably a perfectly nice human being. And I'm over here making nefarious plans. I hope some of you got a little bit of crafting in today if you were able to. That work treated you well. And your day was relatively, drama-free. I am almost done with the teal batch. The last of it's drying on the table, and I added in a few pages from that book that we took apart yesterday. That's going to be my Archive 54. I did, for now, I'm sure I'm going to add more stuff to it, but I did finish the cover, so I'll show that too if any more people come in. If not, I'll just kind of show it in the middle for people who might watch later. Okay. We're going to take some, I think this is one of the reasons I kept this magazine, is it's got some like lab type stuff. It could be construed as creepy. So we'll take a few pages here just out to work on. I don't know if we want that. I'm not even sure what's going on there. I think it's a glass of water on a mossy rock. But, that's in containers. That's good. We could probably cut off the initials over here. We'll probably get rid of that. Let's see. Green tea extract. Maybe we want the word extract. And I'm feeling the word mega for some reason. I might want the word green tea for my personal journal. So let's work on these pages, and then we'll grab some more. Let's start with this one. Getting a few for some creepy. It is the 12th. Tomorrow's the 13th. So we'll be doing some creepy collage tomorrow because that's what we do on the 13th. I haven't strictly kept to it. A lot of times the 13th sneaks right past me and I don't realize it. I think I'm going to cut that out because we could say, will something become the next something? We could fill in other words for that sentence. And I think that could be fun. So we'll put that with our words. I'm not feeling that guy. So that'll go in the recycle pile. And we'll finish trimming this up so it can be properly sorted. We might just eventually cut out the fingers in the test tube. But for now, I'll keep it as a square image. That's what's fun about doing it that way, is you can always decide to fussy cut around it later. But once you fussy cut, there's no going back, right? But that could be good for if we want to add it to something else later on, for sure. I had a good weekend. I enjoyed my session with you guys yesterday, working on various things. I am going to be super busy tomorrow in the basement with, I've been waiting for the teal to get done so that I could work more quickly. The other thing I need to work on is quite messy, and I didn't want to cross-contaminate, over much. So there we go. We got a guy with a tablet and a microscope, some gloves and a mask. So let's chop off the top here. We want the words right there at the top. So I'm going to get, well, I'll keep the whole thing, but I'm going to specifically take out the words, and then I'll use green tea in my personal journal. And then powerful DNA protection. I don't know about that. I know there are a lot of health claims surrounding green tea, and I do fully believe it's good for you. I 100% believe that. I do. I'm just trying to cut this round bit off. And then we'll cut it a little bit. I like the cup. I think I might also put that in my personal journal. So there we go. Ta-da. Add that to our images. And the rest of that will go in the recycle. So yeah, I am liking Nancy Drew, and that is on Prime. I don't think it's on a special channel. Let me have a look here real quick. Yeah, I think it's just on, and it's just called Nancy Drew. I think there are like 18 episodes in the season, and I think there's only one season if I remember right. So I should knock it out pretty quickly. I have to decide if I want this water on this. Like, I just can't imagine using that. Watch, in a week I'll be like, I should have kept that. We'll do the nuts because we can put that in a food journal. There are so many nuts and seeds that are supposed to be good for you, right? Now we're going to cut this part off right here because I don't see any purpose for that. Well, I do want to eat healthier and be healthier, and I have been. I've been eating, reasonably healthy. And drinking a lot of water, minimal. I do have a diet or a zero drink every now and then, a soda of some sort, but not for about 12 days or so, 10 to 12 days. Hey, Steffi, how's it going? So we got our nuts. We're nuts. We got it. So yeah, I do have a little bit of coffee sometimes, but I'm doing the non-sugar. I already forgot it again, even though you guys told me last time. I don't know. Do we want this eyeball? The eye chart is in it, but I think it's compelling, and we can always paint it later if we want. So let's go ahead. I don't want what's on the other side necessarily. This is one of those. It really extols the virtues of lots and lots of supplements that often, often appeal to older people or people who, they're dealing with health issues, or they like, not a big fan of big pharma. So now we've got another eyeball right there. Ta-da! Hope you had a great Monday, Steffi, and I hope that you're enjoying the start to your week. Definitely going to get a cup of coffee, and we'll get her too. I do not need this gel pill. Although I will say that I like gel pills. I think I don't know. I couldn't give you a specific reason. It's not like I have trouble swallowing or digesting the other kind. I just like the soft gel caps. So we're going to cut a little bit off the top here because I'm mostly interested in the cup of coffee. Not really. Like, I don't need this to be a super huge image for this to work for me. But I do like to put coffee and tea, cups of coffee, cups of tea, especially hot tea. Although I will admit to liking sweet tea. So there we go, cup of coffee. And that'll go in our pile over there to sort. And then I feel like she's maybe having a migraine or something. Let's see if we do that, we're just not going to get something usable. Because we're going to cut her lips off. I don't think it's going to convey the message, and I don't want that. So this one we'll put into the recycle, and that's not a bad thing. Ooh, we all know I like stuff that's like meditative and yoga and stuff. And a kind of bike helmet, you could definitely go for that. Just fun, kind of generic things that health and wellness. Hey, Jacqueline. All right. Well, thanks for coming in and, stopping by and giving us some love. Leave a thumbs up if you feel like it. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday. Hope you and your family are doing well and having a great May. Here we go. So there's our next image that we've got. June's going to be here before we know it. That's for sure. It just sneaks right up on you. I know, right? It's cute. It's from Aldi. It's the cutest little sewing machine ever, but it works. It gets the job done. And I was having a lot of fun with it today. And there we go. And he's smiling and happy, and he's wearing an orange shirt. He'll go into a journal somewhere. All right. Let's see what else we're going to get out of here. I already ripped out a page of something. Probably I think I would look through this when I was looking through for numbers yesterday for the Archive 54. That's for testing your glucose. I don't think I need that. You always feel like it. Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll get these files of stuff because we could use that for something creepy. And then there's a skeleton, and here's some more lab type stuff. And then we'll work from there. I'm going to definitely take Don't Act Your Age on that page over there. For sure. I think I'm in season 3 of New Tricks on, I think that is Acorn. Could be BritBox though. Could be a thing. But I like, British cop shows, and I haven't watched actually much Midsummer Murders the last month or so. I really would like to get caught up on that because they have so many seasons of it. And I really do like the cast a lot. All right, so there's our people in masks with lab equipment. We'll go ahead and get this image for some of our creepy stuff. And like I said, tomorrow we'll all be on probably around 11 or 12 my time. And do some creepy collage. Because I got to spend most of the afternoon down in the basement. I have a special project I want to work on. And I think that will be fun. Well, I've already done something like it, but it's with different colors, and I'm hoping for a slightly different effect. I loved the effect on the other paper, but I'm trying something a little bit different. Once you try something, you're like, what happens if I insert list of things you want to try out to see what happens? That's the fun of creative experiments in the art asylum. We're going to get in there and get our hands all dirty. So when you see me on Wednesday, I'll probably have colorful hands. 1 or 2 colors at least. All right, so there we go. Also a good addition for creepy collage. All right. Moving on to the next thing. So we want don't act your age. And let's see if we can't cut some of this off. Because I tore several pages out yesterday when we were looking for numbers for our Archive 54. All right. So let's grab Don't Act Your Age off the page. I don't know. I think there's something to be said for being age appropriate. Being age appropriate doesn't mean you have to be boring. I mean, things that would have bored me in my 20s make me very happy now. So it's all a matter of what you like. But you also don't have to conform to what society thinks you should be doing at whatever age you are. That's for sure. And I chopped that guy's head off. So there. Unfortunately, these magazines aren't super, super exciting. However, that's fun. Okay, so I'm going to trim around this because I think what I might want to do is cut the hands later and have something that isn't that brain, and then I probably will fussy cut out that brain maybe. So we'll just trim it down while I decide if I want to use it as is or if I want to fussy cut around. I like to give myself options. I do. I wonder how many of you guys gluebook or collage. And collage isn't necessarily, I like to do it with magazine images, but there are many types of collage. It's not like this is the only one. There's no right way. No one right way anyway. Ooh, I like that. Let's get that. That could be of dubious intent for our 13th birth. I gotta find a good name for it because it's not Friday the 13th. It's just the 13th. So I gotta I gotta come up with a fun name for, because the 13th of every month we're always going to do something creepy as long as I remember to do it. I am going to take the word taurine though, because I think I can get it for ransom letters. Now this can be cropped down a little bit later, but I took the full width of the image for now. That way it gives me options, because as I've said before, I do like some options. And you know what? I might actually, let me cut out the taurine first. And then I'm going to get that sliver of that guy's eye with the glasses because I like it. At exit. So yeah, I don't want to spoil any surprises, but if you liked Nancy Drew books and you always thought, you know, if that really happened, she had a very cool level head because she was always getting, almost almost getting murdered in many of the installments. This all happens in Horseshoe Bay, which is, you know, the location of where Nancy Drew lives. And that's going to be for ransom letters. But it puts in a little bit of a supernatural bit to it. So, ooh, maybe we want the word powerful too. That could be a thing. And maybe protection. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I just need to take a word and I don't know why yet. It will sit there for a while, or I will immediately have a need for it. And if it sits in there for a while, then I do call the words out. I don't just save them forever. I don't need to hold on to a word for 5 years, waiting for an opportunity to use it, unless it's a really, really good one. Hey, Adria, how's it going? Unless it's a really, really good word. So just a sliver of that guy. I feel like it's slightly creepy. Let's do it. All right. So yeah, I'll be on, around maybe 11, 12 my time tomorrow. Be 3 hours earlier. If I'm on at 11, that's 10, 9, and 8 p.m. on the west, or 8 a.m. on the west coast. Because I have things to do in the afternoon. I don't know if I want that or not. We'll take it for now. We'll take it for now. How's your Monday, Adria? Are you working and lurking? Because I won't ask you a bunch of questions if you're working and lurking. I'll let you chill. So I'm hoping to get this one done because it's not terribly exciting, but it has good words and stuff in it and some stuff for ransom lettering. So I want to go ahead and work through it. And then I don't know, maybe we'll just top off for now. Where the top of the lid is, because I don't want a pill bottle in there. It's right about there, I think. And then we have the choice to choose this other image if we want to. So for now, we'll leave it like that. I gotta get out some stuff tonight and figure out exactly what book I want to glue in. For our creepy stuff coming up. Okay. Ooh, I think they were in another picture. I think I have a little version of this. Do we want that? I'm not. I think I like the little version better, so we'll let that one go. Now we're going to do this again because with magnesium, I know we can get those letters for ransom letters. And I am trying to rebuild up a stash of them. So that could be a good thing, but we don't need this side of that. I've got Ben and Jerry's caramel and chocolate with chocolate cookie swirls, gobs of chocolate chip cookie dough, and peanut butter cookie dough. Ooh, very nice. That's super exciting. I hope you enjoy it. I don't see how you couldn't, because that's a lot of goodness in one place. Okay, we're gonna take anybody with lab equipment for sure, and I think that's a good one for like uplifting, motivational type stuff. I am getting down to the wire with, my time here is almost up. So I spend part of every day now looking for, you can get an idea of what the prices are before you're ready to move, but you really can't find a place to live super early, because most places are looking to rent within the next 7 to 15 days, really. If they're like, we got places for rent, they mean we want to fill them right now, not we want you to be contacting us 3 months before you want to move, kind of thing. So spending a little more time on that. Oops. And I made you all go away. When do they move? I'm not sure exactly when they're moving. They got to put their house on the market, and it's not quite ready yet. But I'm only going to be here until about mid-June. That's the time I have. But my guess is that if the house is ready to go on the market, it could probably sell. And, I think it would be a quick sale. For the size and age of the house and the location and everything. So I don't want to be caught unawares if the house were to sell very, very quickly. There's still a bit of work to be done. Ooh, blood pressure. So I think I want that. I just do. I do. But it's going to be a fussy cut, so I'm just going to go right around that, and I'll fussy cut it out later. It's often what I do after live or the next day. In the morning while I'm digging around on the internet, looking at internet-y things. Ooh, there we go. We were looking at this yesterday. I love pictures of blueberries. I couldn't tell you why, but I can tell you that I could take an X-Acto. Excuse me, I have the hiccups now. I could take an X-Acto knife and cut around these and stick eyeballs in there. So that could be fun. That could be part of our creepy collage tomorrow. Because it is the 13th tomorrow. It may not be Friday the 13th, but it's going to be the 13th. I'm just going to trim it down a little bit because, that's how I roll. Just that I could totally see that as having eyeballs. Blueberries with eyeballs. Because I'm weird. Okay, 3 key longevity active. Oh, I like the word activate. I don't know what happens if we become activated, but what could go wrong? You know what? We'll try. I think I can get some of these letters, like maybe the big letters at the beginning. I'll get as many ransom letters as I can out of it, but I definitely want the word activate. Then there'll be blueberries. I guess it's better than booby berries. There's some more. We won't do the same thing with those. I like the whole page. But look, wait, there's more. It's blueberry-rific. Okay, so do we want this picture, which will be like that much? Or let's see what happens. Yeah, because it's one or the other. So it's that picture, and that's about what we get because, or we could do the blue brain. I'm definitely going to take the lab equipment thing. I've got a thing about it's a theme in this magazine. So blue brain or blueberries. What do you guys think? Anybody have a thought before I dig? I'll cut the other image off and work on that. Well, I give you guys some time to think about it. Do 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 do. So yeah, I spent today sewing on my little sewing machine that I posted on Instagram. Bits and bobs. I finished the envelope. I'll show that in just a little bit here. So the envelope is finished, and I'm working on another project. And then I want to make some. I have an idea for another sort of envelopey, pouchy kind of thing for my ransom letters. So that could be. I'm taking the brain. Nobody made any suggestions, and I went brain. I went full brain. All brain all the time. So yeah. Oh, we could get this little bit of blueberries right here. That could go from a food journal, which we do need to start one. I just haven't got to it yet. But we don't want this part. So we're going to cut that down even smaller, just to the actual bowl of. There, see? We got it. Woohoo! And then we've got another picture of blueberries. Oh, I do that. I feel fatigued and forgetful some of the time. I've been remembering to take my supplements, though. I've been taking my iron, my allergy medicine, because it is spring, even though it's wet and a little bit cold. There is just pollen hanging out everywhere. My one for my menopause symptoms, my magnesium, which apparently this magazine was all about the magnesium. My vitamin D, my multivitamin. It's like a fistful of supplements. I try to eat a little something before, though, because eating a bunch of supplements with just coffee or on an empty tummy, not always fun. Oh no, I might not be able to get it because I do like this side. I have no idea. I haven't seen her for a few days. I send her I usually send her a message or a meme every day. But I'm guessing she's just tired from work. Or she's in another life somewhere, you know. Miss Farrington may have other plans. I miss her when she's not here, but you know, we all have full lives. I'm going, do you notice the theme? I'm taking all the, we're going to have a creepy lab kind of theme at some point. But those could be ransom letters for sure. Okay. And I'm sure I have a few other of these magazines, these life extension magazines, where I'm sure I will get the chance at that phrase again. Ooh, regenerator. Do we want that for something creepy later? Some Frankie, like mad scientist kind of fun stuff. I just realized that when you say I'll see you in a box somewhere during your outro that you mean to chat. Hey, it could be either one. It could, you know me. Oh, I did get it. Look at that. Okay. Well, color me surprised. Dual meanings, man. Yes, I mean, I could see you in a chat box somewhere, but you know. Could have other meanings. Optimized. Do we want the word optimized? That's a look, right? Usually, though, they look a little bit more, they don't look that calm and peaceful. All this time, I thought you meant coffin. Run with it. I like it. I always thought just a cardboard box with body parts in it, but, you know, those are things you just don't say out loud to a bunch of people. I leave it open to interpretation. Okay, there's a giant, let's see. Stress-induced brain changes. Oh, that doesn't sound fun. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but we're going to say it's cinnamon. Because I like the picture of it. And then, yeah, so tomorrow is the 13th. That's why I'm talking about creepy stuff. I'm allowed to be creepy on the 13th. It's my allotment, man. Oh, wow. I feel like I've lost some esteem. I guess you'll have to find somebody creepier. I feel called out, but that's okay. Ooh, there's another one. That's probably turmeric. A lot of people take turmeric. I'm not sure what they're taking it for because I don't take any. But I do eat Indian food with turmeric in it, and I like it. You did always think that was a weird thing to say. Well, I am known to be reasonably weird. But apparently way less creepier than I was going for. All right, got another picture. Okay, I definitely want to get her an experience tranquility. Yes, please. So let's get the experience tranquility. Everybody could use a little bit of that. I'm still on my second book in the second, the more modern Highland Cozy Mystery series. For All the Death, it's very cute. A lot of murder going on in that little Highland village. That's all I'm saying. Be like going to Cabot Cove. Just don't do it. Don't do it, man. You'll wind up a plot point in somebody else's show. All right. I like meditative type things. I think they're great. I like to use them in my personal journal. I'm going to cut just a little bit more off this other side. All right, there we go. That works for me. We could always trim it up more later. And then over here, we've got some ransom letters. All right, so here is the finished envelope. I added some sewing. I glued in the gussets. Oops, there we go. So now there's the inside. Ta-da! There's the front with all of its little strings. And there's the back. And then, we'll add in our images and stuff to it. It'll be fun. I had fun working on it today, finishing it up. Thank you. Ooh, brains. I think we have to keep that, right? We're just going to trim the edges a little bit so it's a little bit smaller. We don't need it to be quite as big as it is. So I did finish that up. And I took some stuff down. I'm dyeing a few pages with the leftover dye from the latest batch from the journal we took apart yesterday. Okay, I don't think we need anything about a glucose meter, although many people do need them. That's for sure. And it's good to have it if you have blood sugar spikes, for sure. I think we could use that in a food thing. I do like these old people over here, so we'll take them. I've never heard of some of the things. And, you know, I did not get a package. But I don't know if anybody's checked the mail today. Do I need to go check after this? Because I will. Oh, last Friday. Wow. I haven't seen anything come in. Ooh, we got some more. We could use that for. I like chunky letters, as you might have noticed. Okay. So let's cut this side and then we'll cut the top. And that could go in a fun food. Just cram food all into a fun journal. Or foodie pages into an existing, you know, anything goes glue book. Fun. Okay. We're almost done with this one. Cure aging in your lifetime. No, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think there's a cure for it. You can certainly do things to extend your life expectancy, but I don't think there's a way to cure being old. Unfortunately, I think that is it's coming for us all. I do like this color scheme, though, this kind of green and blue combo. That's very nice. I do. Oops, it didn't quite take enough off the top. I don't know. I think you could read her smile as a little bit creepy if you wanted to. I'm sure that's not how the people who took the picture wanted it to go. And then we've got another. I'm just taking all the lab equipment stuff because, you know, we can make that work. Okay. Eat for your genes. I'd rather eat just to be happy. So there's a produce section. I think that could be fun. when we're doing food related stuff, I like to have a variety of pictures to take. These all scream stock photography, you know, but I'm excited about it. I like adding to my stash and then sorting them, and it'll be fun. Okay. And we can always, you know, we can do the lady, and we could cut it in half and do veggies, and then we could have the lady on another side, or we could keep it big. It leaves us with options. Ooh, we've got cheese and a salad with an apple. And then there's a pomegranate. We'll probably cut out that pomegranate. That could be fun to have as a fussy cut, because it's so bright and colorful. Okay. We're almost done. I think we only have 3 or 4 more pages in this magazine. Which it ain't easy being cheesy. But we do have pictures of cheese. It's not like this is the only one. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had this many pictures of like just cheese. Not a bad thing. I like it, the cheese. All right. I'm going to go ahead and cut off this side now because we're down to the last few pages. Snip, snip, away it goes. Okay. So that is definitely going to be a fussy cut thing. So we'll just add it over there into the pile of things that need to be fussy cut. Oh, I should probably put this on live chat. I'm so bad about it anymore. I used to remember most of the time. Let's see. Okay, I think I can live without the water. Let's see. There may not be much on the last few pages. You know how it goes. Some magazines, great stuff. Some magazines. Uh-oh. I think we probably don't need the heart attack picture. But we might be able to get some of those as ransom letters. So there we go. We'll take that piece. We'll add these other ones to the recycle pile. Ooh, science. We'll take that definitely for big old ransom letters. Oh, and I did finish. Let's see if it's over here. Let's figure out where I put it. I did finish the, I glued down the Archive 54 thing. I'm just not sure where I put the... Oh, I found it. Okay. We'll finish this magazine and then I'll show it. Because we are almost there. Nothing. 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 Let's see. Ooh, nothing. Lady on the phone. Let's see. I do like these little bitty pictures. We'll keep them for a tiny teeny. We can add them to our new finished envelope. Okay. And that's it for this. Okay, so here is our back cover that we did yesterday. And then here's our finished, well, at least semi-finished. We could still add things to it as time goes by. But we put in the eyeball yesterday. And I went ahead and inked around all this. And then I got out my black colored pencil and I colored penciled around it. And then I wanted to, originally I said I wanted to save the inside, but I think I'm going to cover this with something, probably just a big magazine image, because of this, but also because we did this, and I just feel like it might be easier to cover up this portion. So it'll go together like that. We'll ring punch it, we'll put in rings, and it will become our archive 54. Ta-da! I know, not terribly exciting, but it was exciting for me. I finished it, and I was happy. Happy to have finished it. All right. That's it for tonight. Tomorrow is the 13th. Like I said, it'll be, I'll be on. I need something up here for you guys to, let's bring up what we harvested so there's not just a dearth of. Maybe we'll work on our creepy blueberries with eyeballs and other things. So I'll be on, I think, around 11 my time, between 11 and 12. And so that's 11 a.m. That'll be 10 a.m., 9 a.m., and 8 a.m. going west. And I'll be on for maybe an hour and a half or so. Creepy, you're doing creepy collage stuff on the 13th. So I hope that you guys have had a good start to your week, that you have a great rest of your week. If I don't see you tomorrow, have an awesome Tuesday. Maybe eat some tacos. I don't know. Taco Tuesday's a thing. It's a theme. And I do love me some tacos, I gotta tell you. So however you're spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Each and every one of you absolutely deserves it. Until I see you in one of my lives or in a box somewhere, I wish you guys the happiest of crafting. Bye. Bright blessings and hugs and hisses to you all. And that's the end. We're going to push that button. Good night, lurkers, and Adria. And Steffi, if you're still with us, you guys have a great rest of your evening. The end.